Commissioner of Police, Earl Christopher, on the Brent Thomas matter. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and Hines were asked questions on the matter. Hines stated that he requested a thorough report on the matter from the police commissioner, which was delivered to him orally, and he does not know of any other report. Listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, I cannot understand what raging controversy the member is speaking about. However, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I requested of the police commissioner at the appropriate time a thorough report on the matter, which was delivered to me orally by her in great detail, so that I know of no other report. Thank you very much. And I'm fully aware that the police...
Tobago, would that report be published in the public domain, or would part of it be published in the public domain? Did the police service or the policemen in Trinidad and Tobago, did they act legally or illegally? Is that another word for the TTPS? Is it another slander? Is it another talk? We want to know. We as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago wants to know if we can trust TTPS. Hines said he don't know of any other report. He got a report from the Commissioner of Police. What about we the citizens? Don't you think we, the citizen, needs to know of the report, what was detailed in the report, how they acted? Because a judge find that after all the examination, they acted illegally. And if the judge could made that assumption, don't you think we have rights to know? Don't you think? So, asked by Samoa MP Saddam Hussein if the matter arose in conventions or in conversations, Dr. Rowley said he met with many members of the government of Barbados, but none of which was for purpose of discussing anything to do with Brent Thomas. Listen to this.
Could the Prime Minister indicate whether the matter arose in any conversation with any official in Barbados?
Prime Minister. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I met en passant with many members of government officials in Barbados, none of which was for the purpose of discussing anything to do with Brent Thomas. And furthermore, any private conversation I have with anybody, I will only disclose in this country if it's appropriate to do so.
I, for one, would say, even though the Prime Minister met with someone and spoke about the Brent Thomas matter, I don't think he would let us, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, know about it. Why? Because they would say it's a matter of national security. They would say it is a matter that is being investigated. And I hold them to that. I hold them to that. That is what I will do. I will hold them to that. That's the first thing. It's a matter of national security. We can't let you know this. We can't let you know that. We can't let you know the other. And it goes on. It goes on. In a supplemental, Orapooch, MP Dr. Rudal Munilal said the opposition did not want to know the contents of the conversations. But if the matter arose, Dr. Rowley replied that he had not discussed or advised the opposition to stay out of the court's business. Listen to this.
Did the matter arise in a discussion with any official in Barbados. We are not asking for the contents of the conversation.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, let me speak English for the clear time. I had no trip to Barbados to discuss, and I did not have any discussion, and I want to stay away from the court and Brett Thomas, unlike my colleagues on the other side. Stay out of the court business.
So, him saying that, or that being said by him, he wants to stay out of it. Trinidad and Tobago, as the head of the Security Council for our country, do you think that was the appropriate statement to make? I want to stay out of that, out of the court, out of that discussion. Do you think that is the appropriate words to be used when you are the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago? That is your business. You're supposed to be all over that, as well as the Minister of National Security. It is not his job to keep the citizens safe. Whose job is it? If that is not your job, it is not your job to keep us safe, well then why the hell you demand a report? Why? Why? Well then you are butting in something that you have no right to. And now we hear the Prime Minister now saying those words. He wants to stay out, is clearly telling you, Trinidad and Tobago, all I can do all I want. But then again, do you think he would have discussions with us? No, we didn't go to Barbados. We didn't know who he met with and he didn't meet with, because when we were under the lockdown, which plane came into Trinidad? Who were on the plane? Dulcie Rodriguez. Oh, Saieed Ali said that. But the Minister of National Security did not knew who came on the plane when we banned aircraft. No one is to go or come in our country. Trinidad and Tobago, don't forget, that happened not too long ago. That incident happened not too long ago. So if you as the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago didn't know who authorized that plane to land, and then you want to tell us you didn't know who come on the plane, it tells me that you don't really care. So as a minister, as a parliamentarian, as a representative for your community, as one that is leading the PNM administration in Trinidad and Tobago, you are being looked on. You are being looked on. And I understand the Prime Minister and Hines, they are good colleagues. But Prime Minister, try not to be like Hines. Try and be a leader where people would look up to you. Where the little children would look up to you. Instead of saying, well, let me take it out on the pavement. We don't want Prime Minister in that way. No wonder why Trinidad and Tobago is where it is today. But I don't expect you as the Prime Minister to come down and say, well, you know what? I went to Barbados. Even though I went on my vacation, I met with X, Y, and Z. And yes, we discussed the Brent Thomas matter. No, I don't expect you to come out and say that. I expected you to keep that a secret. That is what I expect. The question was in light of a statement made by Barbados Attorney General Dale Marshall in the Barbados Parliament on Tuesday. Marshall made it clear that his government was not to blame in the highlight controversial on October 2022. The arrest of a Trinidadian, Brent Thomas, in Barbados and his subsequent transfer to TNT. So the Attorney General is making it clear, very clear, keep him and his government out of it. Out of it. Is it that the police acted illegally? If they acted illegally, who is going to be responsible for giving the order? Who is going to be responsible for giving the order to move the plane from Trinidad to Tobago? Who issued that warrant? Who are the people calling the shots? Who ordered TTPS police to go Barbados? Who gave those orders? And I don't believe TNT police will just venture into Barbados with a plane and just go and pick up a man. Nah. According to me, who know how intelligences operate, it have to come from somebody high up on top. So we are going for a short commercial break, viewers. But when we come back, the PM refused to name unsuccessful silk applicant after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley have stated that naming unsuccessful silk senior counsel applicants in the Parliament would result in them being scandalized. So he will not do so. On Monday, President Kangaloo conferred silk on 17 attorneys, which include her husband, Terwin Garcia, and her brother, Colin Kangaloo. MP Saddam Hussein asked for a complete list of all applicants. However, Dr. Rowley stated that the government indicated that 57 persons applied and indicated that to the president that 17 persons were selected by name. So now Trinidad and Tobago. Here's where the bacchanal start. 57 persons apply. What I want now from the Prime Minister, from the Law Association, and from those who were involved in selecting these 17 individuals to award them silk. What we want the Law Association, let me rephrase that. What Saieed Ali wants the Law Association to do is to find out who is the 57 persons. Find out their background. Find out their level in law. How qualified are you to receive silk? What type of knowledge do you have? What type of expertise do you have in the field to receive silk? Can the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago make a request to the President or to the Prime Minister for that? What about the background of these individuals? So this now is where I would like to see senior lawyers in Trinidad and Tobago make a request now to the President, to the Prime Minister, for these 57 persons who applied. How qualified are you? How qualified are you to receive silk? And why is it that the Prime Minister now is refusing to do so? Why? There must be a reason. It's not scandalizing their name. I would not say it's scandalizing their name. It is doing a background check to see if these persons who were refused silk, do they have more knowledge and expertise in the field than these 17 who actually got silk? So, Prime Minister, you are at a spot now where your back is against a wall. This is what about Iva Archie? Are you going to make a request? Because at the end of the day, it's lawyers. It's lawyers. Come on, come on. The MP refused to call their names and said if they were unsuccessful, their names should not be called in the Parliament. Hold on. If their name should not be in Parliament, how is it that he could end up going to the PSC to have discussions on selecting a former commissioner of police the last time it came up? Somebody say something. It's Bacchanal Thursday, you know. Somebody say something. On a previous show, I related to you that the Prime Minister selected. Correct? The Prime Minister selected. Was that his job? Was it because of that the Law Association, individuals of the Law Association refused to have discussions with AMO? Because they said they didn't have no discussion with AMO. Trinidad and Tobago. You know what will make it so nice and make it so wonderful and so hype up? Is that the individuals and them who actually went up, they should come forward and say, well, you know what? This is my credential. Oh, good. You know what kind of bacchanal that going and stir up? You know what bacchanal that going and stir up? What about if these now, who were blanked, had a higher credential level than these 17 who were selected? You know what kind of bacchanal that going to be? Where's Iva Archie, Chief Justice? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed. This is the imitation vaccine vagrant. Bacchanal Tuesday.
Talk to me.
I wonder why he did not give Sharon the silk. You remember, a fellow by the name Patrick Manning made his wife Minister of Education.
Correct.
You understand? So it has nepotism right down the way. And this lady now, the press, give her breast, give her husband. The only thing she really think, I don't think she had no pets. Because they're giving this thing like water, boy. They have diluted down the silk. The silk will no longer be silk. It might be cotton them fellas have to wear as robe when they go to court. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the Attorney General castigated the TPPS on the Brent Thomas issue. He licked them up. And I ain't nothing about that. I ain't hearing nothing about the head of the PSB moving aside to be investigated. The whole department supposed to be put immediately on leave. How can the police do the work? If a main branch of the police, the investigative branch, what is investigate police officer who misbehaving, and they themselves misbehaving unless they do a proper investigation. And you know what she do, boy? I have no confidence in her. She gave Fitzy an oral report, and Fitzy looked like he accepts that. But we cannot throw away our money, because if that's going to court, they have to start documenting evidence to go to court. And the other thing, I hear they appealing it. I wonder who SC or KC they're bringing in. I hope they bring no external lawyers to argue the appealing. I hope they use two of those new silk they bring in, because the man say, based on credentials, them good for the government as lawyers.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. So, Prime Minister, the PM refused to call their names and said if they were unsuccessful, their names should not be called in the Parliament. Listen to this.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, this government, through its officials, have indicated the process in great detail. We have indicated that 57 people applied. We have indicated to the President that 17 people were selected by name and by and the others, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I, as Prime Minister, I refuse to call their names in this Parliament so that they can be scandalized. I think if people apply for silk and they were unsuccessful, their name should not be called in the Parliament to be scandalized.
Okay, your name not calling in the Parliament, but your name could call outside the Parliament. The Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago could go to a media house. Hey! This is the 57 people who applied. This is the 17 who got silk. This is the credential of X, Y, and Z. Come now, man. I want to hear a little more bacchanal. Listen this. He added that Attorney General Regional Amo SC sent him the final list. Is the Prime Minister a lawyer? Is he heading any lawyers? No. No. Then you're meddling in the law. Just how you came out and said, I was the one who went to the PSC. So what? To what? To make sure that it didn't have a commissioner of police at that point in time. You went to where? You went to the president. Who's the former president? What's her name again? Mia Motley? No. Oh God, what's the former president name again? We're going to take the call in the meantime. Caller, good night.
Saeed, great program. This week, man, your program was so effective this weekend. If the citizens of this country then wake up and understand, for this week alone, your program, if this is not enough to send shivers and shockwaves up the spine and to the brain of the citizens of this country, God help us, the level of corruption, bubble and thieving that is taking place in this country. And Mr. Said, all that we are seeing today, the citizens on this country, is years now, it has been highlighted on your program, If you recall, it's not today, years, when we talk about the legal fees and state briefs, it's more than $1.2 billion, I believe it's about $2 billion in stealing from us, So I hope police officers, custom officers and licensing officers who issuing tickets for brake lights, wiper blades, crack windscreen, and not expecting them to see where we money going, When you charge your fellow citizens, advantage your fellow citizens, look where your money going, to thief fully pockets of people like Amor and a president husband alone get $14 million in state brief. God help us. Thank God for your program. God bless you. You continue being fearless and keep up the great work.
So hear this now, eh? The final list on May 2nd, Amor also recently stated that he consulted with Chief Justice Ivor Archie, so Archie name calling, before his recommendation to Rowley. However, the association later stated that it had no consultation with Amor on the issue, but a subcommittee opted to discuss with him the setting up of an independent committee under Archie to consider applicants or applications for silk. So let me tell you something. The Kalalu, we had dashing bush, we had coconut water, we had okra. Now we adding crab, we adding chicken, we adding different things. So names starting to call now. The AG said the senior member of the association with whom he spoke with was Douglas Mendoza, SC, on the 2nd of May. Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed. How do we expect that the criminals is going to obey the law when the government most blatantly have disregard for the law, sir? You remember that Senior Counsel Israel can file an interpretation summons, and that case is before the court on methods of appointing Senior Counsel. Yet our Prime Minister, in his infinite wisdom, no matter is before the court. Why can't he wait on outcome of this, whether it is the proper thing to do? So if he is not obeying the court. Now look at another instance. Fitzgerald Hines was invited by the court, Justice Devendra, to come before the court and explain what he meant when he said criminal happened in the judiciary. And the man blatantly refused. Isn't this blatant disregard for the rule of law, sir? When we have supposed to get a report from the police commissioner of this Brent Thomas thing, since Gerald Hines come out and said he got an oral report, why can't this report be written so everybody can scrutinize what is happening, sir? What is it this government is onto itself? Is it that disregard? So when they could disregard the law like that, what do we expect the bandits to do? And my second point, so quickly, it is possible and it's highly probable that when the bandits see the way how this government is discriminating against certain people, that they themselves start to attack these people and rob them to serve. There's a great politics because it seems that they are following the trend of the government. The government appears to be robbing people legally and the bandits are doing it illegally. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, all you feel that law, that Silka, what was a bacchanal? The PM concerned some anti-crime measures are failing. When we come back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So Trinidad and Tobago, Ivor Archie, seeing that he's the Chief Justice, would have been the right person and the perfect person to come out and let Trinidad and Tobago know who were the 57 persons applied for silk. Let me tell you something. There is no breach in nothing, and there is no scandalous in no name. Not even scandalism is the word to use there. The Law Association should be proud to let the public know, well, hey, John Doe went up. He had this amount of knowledge, this amount of experience, this amount of credential, but somebody with or without a level high as John Doe got silk. You know what I call that? You know what I call that? You're letting Trinidad and Tobago know this is the truth. This is the level of this lawyer from the level of this lawyer. You know what is that? Transparency is what you call it. You feel there's a bacchanal? Now listen to this. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali have stated that naming unsuccessful people or lawyers should not be mentioned in the Parliament. Correct? Okay, we're going to leave that there. With the murder toll now at 211, Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali has stated that he is concerned that some of the measures in place to curb crimes are failing. Dr. Ali said despite this, the country should be thankful for the effort of the police and other agencies, hinting that it could have been worse. Really? It could have? You as the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago is telling us it could have? What is your portfolio again? Remind me. Ask if the system in place were failing. The PM stated that some things are failing, but we have to find out what it is. He said, what is happening now cannot be allowed to continue. Dr. Ali added that he regularly meets with National Security Council as well as head of security agencies, and efforts have not been able to put an end to what? The trend? Listen to this.
Some things are failing. We have to find out what is failing, where the failure is taking place, because certainly what is happening now cannot be accepted as the norm and cannot be allowed to continue indefinitely. I can tell you, I meet with the National Security Council regularly. I meet with heads of the security systems. I'm in touch with what they're doing and how they're doing it. We're not getting the kinds of results that will put an end to the trend. But, you know, one can take comfort in the fact that we do get some results. And if you ask yourself, had the police and the support systems not been extracting the arms and ammunition that they have been from time to time, and the few persons that, what really would have been the story?
Now Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister admitting that measures are failing, while the Minister of National Security is saying my job is not to what? Secure the citizens or to make them feel safe. How the hell you expect it to work, Mr. PM? How the hell you expect it to work? Your Minister of National Security is telling Trinidad and Tobago, that is not my job. I wonder if that's Terence Dialsing's job. I wonder if that's Marvin Gonzalez's job. I wonder if there is some other job, other agency or other MP job. No. On top of that now, we have a commissioner of police who have no background in fighting crime. What do you expect? Now, let me tell you this. Trinidad and Tobago expect Saieed to come here and give them raw facts. Why? Because the name of your program is Real Talk. If you cannot talk real, well then the talk you're talking is fake. Well then it should be real fake. But it's not that. It's real facts you're getting with real video clips backing up what I am saying. He said there is solace in fact that law enforcement does get some results, pointing out the seizure of illegal guns. Let me tell you something. Before we go further, I want to commend the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for working hard. There are rogue elements. We understand that. But they risk their lives. And bandits, illegal gun-toting human being, does not care about you. So why now is the police not gunning them down? Use a bandit, you have a gun, you care about me as a police, a license to kill. And then the good mother now go jump out and say, oh, the boy was a good boy. And he have a AR-15 on his bed. People can say what they want about Saieed, you know. I just accept the fact that they say Saieed is a loudmouth, Saieed only talking, Saieed is a man who does spirit work, Saieed is a drinking man, Saieed is a man lighting candle. This is the same Saieed that up on television in the last 5 years got marijuana decriminalized for Trinidad and Tobago. This is the same Saieed that is getting road fixed. This is the same side that when I stand here on the platform and I demand X, Y, and Z, it has come true. So say what you want. Say what you want. And I'm proud of it, you know. You can tell me what the worst thing, but at the end of the day, you cannot do what I'm doing. You know why? Oh God, I'm afraid to come at my family. They want that my son. You think somebody else going to make that stupid mistake? Nobody ever do that. Nobody ever do that. Now, however, Rowley noted that he could not say more because he was constrained. But there will be a time to come when he can say more and the country will know why he was concerned. Listen to this.
But we are, in fact, having some serious concerns. I myself have serious concerns. I continue to have them. And I would have been able to say more to the country, but I can't say more now because I'm constrained. But the time is going to come when more will be known. And then you'll understand the vantage point from which my concerns run.
Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yeah, I'm calling from Tunapuna.
Welcome to Napuna.
Saieed, you know when you lie, you have to continue lying. You have to make up a necklace to cover up a lie. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. The Prime Minister, what he said, he does not want to disclose the name of the people, those applicants. I am calling on the Law Association to publish those names of those people who apply. Right? In addition to that, we're saying that what is the crime thing that they planned and thing that they have a failing. You remember you used to blame the opposition side for not supporting some of the initiatives of the government? And he's to put the blame on them that they're not supporting it and whatnot, all the crime initiatives that they bring into the parliament and the opposition is obstructing this and what now? How the hell they failing? And next thing again, Saeed, he said when he was leaving here, he will not be meeting with the Prime Minister of Barbados, nor will he meeting of any of the officials in Barbados. How come all of a sudden, just strange, because he said if I go there, people are going on a holiday to play golf, you know. So I am not going to meet with the Prime Minister or no official to discuss this Thomas issue. But all of a sudden, strange, because if I go there, they will say, look, I'm going there to discuss this issue because it come about as a national attention and whatnot. But I would not be going there to meet with anybody. Strangely, all of a sudden, you come back and you tell me you met with people over there, but you ain't discussed nothing of this dispute of this magnitude. And finally, you see what you do now? You know, he gave the Commissioner of Police a 1-year extension.
Correct.
Which is in violation of the thing, because here why? The people who are supposed to recommend any extension for the police commissioner, as a matter of fact, the body that's responsible for appointing the police commissioner is the Police Service Commission. And similarly, any extension was supposed to be the Police Service Commission to make that recommendation. But you want to have everything for yourself, appoint the police commissioner to extend the time, to give those silk and what have you. But Saeed, the most important thing is you have a dunce who is the deputy speaker in the parliament, who doesn't understand what the hell is going on. He don't understand, he has absolutely no idea of law and the violation of the constitution. And all the questions that were posed by Saddam Hussein, Rudal Monilal, and all these fellows and them, the opposition members, you just keep shutting them down and tell them, continue, overrule. You understand what I'm saying? You expect this country to progress when you have this kind of arrogant, ignorant, and illiterate set of people in the government and in the president, the parliament, the speaker and all of them, who's shutting down the elected opposition when asking pertinent questions as relates to the security, the economy, and everything of this country, Saeed. Let me tell you something, Keith Trophy. You're a notorious liar. You continue to lie to this country because nobody could trust you, not even the region. And hear what? You implicate me and not me. Barbados Prime Minister, the Attorney General and whatnot. Because hear what the Attorney General of Barbados did. He said, this is what he said, no? The Minister of Barbados and the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago does not know what was going on. Instead of you come out and say, they see, you don't come out and make a statement, an outright statement, that they don't know what's going on. You understand? You covering up for them.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. So before we close off this part of the news in depth, question further about National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines' comments that criminals have friends in the judiciary. Rowley dismissed it, saying interpretations are subjective and personal. Ask what he interpreted the comment to mean. The PM said he was not an interpreter and he understood what was said. Listen to this.
I speak to my ministers all the time, and I have not taken a public position on this matter because there's a limit to what one can interpret. Interpretations are very subjective, and personal feelings are very personal. So I can't say no more on that.
How did you interpret the statement, Prime Minister? Yeah.
I saw what was said. I understand what was said. So there wasn't anything for me to interpret. I understood what was being.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, privilege motion filed against AG after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, those of you who missed it on a Thursday night, there's a rerun on Friday morning from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And remember, we at Real Talk Group is offering you 4% on fixed deposit and the opportunity to open a savings account at Real Talk Credit Union information. So listen this. Caller, good night.
Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
You're live on the program. Go right ahead.
I would like to suggest to the callers and the nation, by extension, let's not spend too much of time debating on who gets silk and who didn't get silk, because that can help we. That is a done deal and that is going to change. Let's come back and start focusing on the crime, the home invasion, and all the things that is affecting the normal citizens. Remember, these people in high offices, from the Prime Minister come down, these people have security details and whatnot. We can't afford and we don't have the luxury to have these things.
Correct.
So let's come back and stay with the focus and demand from the people who was elected to keep us safe and to protect us. Let's demand and pressure them into getting the job done and doing the job. All the best.
Well said, well said. I agree with you. The opposition had filed a motion of privilege. They filed a motion of privileges against the Attorney General, Regional Amo SC, for a misleading statement and for contempt of the Parliament and abuse of his privilege as a member of Parliament. The motion was raised by Sawa Bartaya MP Saddam Hussein in Parliament on Wednesday. Last week, Amo dismissed claims from Hussein that he never disclosed the quantum of legal fees paid to local and foreign attorney engaged by his ministry to Parliament. Hussein recalled the committee meeting saying he told Amo that the information was not provided as members of the opposition did not see it, nor was information provided on the Parliament website. Listen this.
During the SFC on the 5th of May 2023, Senator Amo responded as follows, and I quote, "Thank you, Mr. Deputy Chairman. With the greatest of respect to the member for Barbados San Juan, I do believe that this House would record that I have provided a record to this House a summary listing for the 19th of June 2021 to the 3rd of March 2023 with the names of attorneys. I actually have the listing here, and I have to flip it many times. The names of all of the attorneys up to a total of $206,052,968.49. So that the categorical lapse of error on the part of my learned friend's memory does him a disservice. The information has already been provided, end quote. I then indicated to Senator Amo that the information was not provided as members of the opposition did not have sight of it, and the record was not placed on the rotunda as is customarily done. Further, diligent searches were made on the Parliament website and Hansard, and the information was not provided.
Now Trinidad and Tobago. Hussein said he also asked when the information was provided and Amo could not see. He stated that the breakdown of legal fees have not been provided by Senator Amo, which meant that Amo has willfully and or intentionally misled the Parliament, as he knew the statement he made was untrue. Hussein continued that the AG has knowledge of the matter, and he made that statement with the intention to mislead the House. As such, Hussein added that Senator Amo has committed a breach of privilege of the House. Listen to this.
The breakdown of legal fees has not been provided by Senator Amo. As such, Senator Amo has willfully and or intentionally misled the Parliament, as he knew or ought to have known the statement he made was a deliberate untruth. It was false and incorrect. The fact that Senator Amo has knowledge of the matter with easy, ready, and available access to records, there is a ready presumption that he made the statement with the intention to mislead the House. Based on the foregoing, Senator Amo has deliberately made a misleading statement. He has committed a contempt of the Parliament and abused his privilege as a member of Parliament. As such, I submit that Senator Amo has committed a breach of privilege of the House. In this regard, Honourable Deputy Speaker, I refer this matter for your urgent attention and determination. Thank you very much.
Well said. So Trinidad and Tobago, in the coming days, we're going to hear how the H respond to this. How he responds to this. And I would like Ivor Archie to let Trinidad and Tobago know the 57 lawyers that applied for silk. And I am definitely sure there may or may not be variance in the knowledge. Who's higher than who have more experience than who in this listing. Because who selected? The Prime Minister. Keep in mind, that is the same man went to the former president to withdraw what? The commissioner's list. So viewers, it's time for me to say good night, but remember, our run of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And by the grace of God, we'll be back here on Friday. Until we meet again, good night.